Hi Sumit, I am Nandini from Trackier's content marketing team. I have Nitish here with me. He is a part of my team as well. Today we will be asking you a few questions about your experience with Trackier. So let's start with introducing yourself first.
Hi Nandini, hi. It is pleasure to be a part of this conversation with Trackier team. And hi, I'm Sumit Sharma. I'm the founder and CEO of iWaveDigital. We are a digital marketing company, right? And we are in this, I started this company around 2 years back, and we are doing good in terms of, businesses and all.
So my next question would be, if I was to ask you, what are some of the USPs of your company or of your product that you would say?
So the core USP of iWave is we are having a performance-driven marketing approach with strong focuses on ROI conversions and measurable growth rather than just impressions or traffic. We give end-to-end solution, full stack offering, like covering everything under one roof for all our customers, like app growth, monetization, performance and programmatic advertisement, branding, influencer marketing and social media marketing, lead generation, web and app based marketing, and we provide AI solutions as well. So basically, you'll find everything under one roof, and we are catering, most of the global DSPs. Also, we have a in-house media buying team, so where we do give DSP traffic for mobile-based campaigns. We have a worldwide, client base. We have been servicing clients from, US, from Latin America to GCC to India, and obviously like Southeast Asia as well. And it is not only focusing on mobile, it's focusing on web campaigns. If you talk about performance, then we do have a team, like we do have our in-house inventories for awareness campaigns as well, where our focus is majorly to give the best and clean solutions and traffic to our clients and help them monetize the things. So iWave USP is like performance plus data, which give you the full stack digital growth under one roof. That is our main motive. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that explanation. What are some of the common metrics of success in your industry that you would list down for me?
So we have multiple matrices. One is I'll name each one of them so that the people who are listening to this will also understand how affiliate marketing works. The number one will be the traffic and visibility matrices. That we need to measure, how many people are finding you online. So client, that is where basically web traffic. So that is like total number of visitors who are coming. Then we have organic traffic, visitor from search engine, how the people are coming. Then we have impressions. Often your content or ads are shown. We have CTR, that's click to through rate, the percentage of people who clicks after seeing your content. This is something which is the number one matrix, that is traffic and visibility matrices, right? Then we have engagement matrices. The engagement matrices shows, what is the bounce rate, what is the average session of duration. Say for example, the percentage of user who leaves without interacting, what is, if there are people who are coming back or no. So what are the social engagement. So that is how you analyze the engagement matrices, like video watching time, if you are running a video ads or something like that for a particular client. So this is engagement matrices, right? Then we have the most important, which is the conversion matrices. So how you will analyze, measure the results. So in conversion matrices, we have the conversion rate of visitor who complete a desired action, like purchase, sign up and all. So what is the CR there, right? So cost per conversions, that is something which is majorly used in mobile marketing. And we have lead generation rates, that is majorly used in lead generating campaigns, like CPL campaign in performance marketing, right? This is something called as conversion matrices. Then we have revenue and ROI matrices. So that is something which is people commonly use the term return on investment. So how good return on investment you're giving to your client, like if there's a profit, how much profit you're making to your client basis on the spend he's doing for that particular campaign. That is ROI. Then we have ROAS, like return on ad spends. So that is also something which comes under revenue, right? So revenue generated per rupee spent or per dollar spent by the client. Then we have customer lifetime value, CLV. This is something which is very important. So total revenue expected from one customer. So if you are able to get a customer, how often the customer is going to get retained. So that shows the quality of the customer which you are giving to your client. This is CLV value. So in iWave, we always try to do all those things. Then there is like one more matrix, which is email marketing matrices. So in email marketing matrices, it's like very old matrices, but it is still very much visible. You see what is the open rate, what is the click rate, what is the unsubscribe rate. So if these matrices comes under email marketing matrices, right? Then we have paid advertisement matrices. So in paid advertisement matrices, you see what is the cost per click. That is basically used in Google Ads and Meta platforms. So people are there in the industry who wants to run the campaign through Google. So in that perspective, we have cost per clicks, we have ad quality scores, we have impression shares. So all these matrices are used in paid advertisement matrices. And then we have customer retention matrices, which is also very important. So as I've told you, like we need to understand the quality of customer which we are giving to our client. So whether the customer is coming to you again, repeat purchase rate, what is the customer retention rate, all those things are measures through these matrices. So choosing the right matrices for the right campaign and running the campaign according to that is something our industry is all about. And then the person who knows to where he need to run the campaign. Say for example, in a mobile campaigns, you need to know which particular whitelisted PIDs you need to use for that particular campaign. Do you have capacity to target? There's like one very important term which is used in mobile marketing these days is like geo-fencing. So are you able to do the geo-fencing properly? Say for example, we have been running few campaigns in GCC region where I am targeting a particular petrol pump. You understand? So it's like I can't name the brand here, but it's like very famous brand. So, and I'm running few campaigns in Latin America where I'm targeting a particular set of, region of people who have that type of taste, so it's like a food type of thing in, Brazil. And then if I talk about Saudi, I'm running a campaign where I'm targeting a petrol pump. So things comes, that shows that can only be done if you have wide listed PIDs and if you're using the clean traffic and you know how to use the matrices properly. And then that shows your, command over a campaign, and then only you can give the desired results, the ROIs, which everyone says in this industry, to your client.
Absolutely. That was a great answer. Very detailed. Okay, so let's move on to the next question now. When you started using Trackier, what were the features that you were actually looking for, and did you find them all when you onboarded with us and when you started the journey?
So basically, Trackier have given me the the core requirements which I really need to do to do my type of marketing which I am doing. And everyone is trying their own stuff in the industry. So I always, as I've told you, like geo-fencing and all those things. So I always want to optimize the campaign to the extreme base, and Trackier give me that real time, analysis. You can use multiple channel attributions in Trackier. You can use real-time performance insights through Trackier. You can check what is the fraud detection and prevention rates, all those things you can use. You can automate the flow of the, if say for example, I'm running a campaign from 10 publishers, and I know 10 sources, maybe through other sources, through DSPs or through a publisher, then I know which particular, I can able to finalize which particular source is performing well. And then the entire focus is on that, and then I can automate the things on that particular way. And then once the campaign is set, I don't have to see the campaign again and again. If everything is set, it is set. That is the best USP of Trackier, I personally believe in. And then obviously with this you can always use the platform to detect the fraud. So this you can see, but as like if there's spamming which is coming up in a mobile campaign or in the e-commerce campaign or whatever campaign you're running, especially in performance. And then even in awareness campaigns you can use, we have been using Trackier, we've been running awareness campaign for African geos as well, and those geos also we use Trackier, and so you go to any particular set of campaign, and if it is using any type of MMP in mobile, be it like apps layer or any other MMP, so everywhere Trackier is able to give me the best solution, because you have the integrated with multiple ad platforms, so all the integration is done in Trackier properly. So that is something which is helping us in mobile performance. So in short, full performance tracking plus attribution plus automation of the platform is something which I think Trackier is really doing good for us. Yeah.
So, since you have told me so much about your use of Trackier, I would ask you, what are some of the features that you use the most from the platform?
So I personally use the the real-time tracking insights which I got from Trackier. That is the best feature which I personally use. So say for example, if it is 12 a.m. in midnight, I'm sleeping, and then suddenly I realize that this particular campaign need to be paused at this particular time. So I can go to a Trackier platform and pause it that time. Or even if I have to check what is happening, say for example, there are few these in this industry, there's a lot of fraud which is happening. So most of the people, they do fraud at midnight time. The publisher, they used to do that. So at the midnight time, I'm able to go to the track and see what is the percentage of clicks which are coming through to the platform, and what is the impression rate, whether the impression rate is going high or the click rate is going high. So I can figure out which particular the brand or which particular publisher is doing fraud in a campaign. So that feature, the real-time tracking insights which Trackier gives, that is the best feature for Trackier as a platform. This particular feature indirectly or directly help us in detecting the fraud. You need to use you need to know how to use the platform properly. The people can come up with different say that no, this is not done, but no, the platform is designed in such a beautiful manner that you can always analyze the things in proper way if you know how to use it. First of all, you should know how to use it, right? Then to eliminate those things, we have multiple parameters where you can do. So if I say around 35 to 40% fraud reduction is done in my campaign through Trackier, with the help of Trackier only. So if I'm able to say, for example, save a campaign with if I'm saying I'm giving 90% fraud less traffic for a particular client, out of 90%, around 35 to 40% is done through the help of Trackier alone. So that is the type of significant what you can say impression, or what you can say significant influence which Trackier is having in my performance while working for iWave. Yeah. And that is something which is really, really good. Yeah.
That's really great to hear. So, since you've started using Trackier, have you seen any significant growth or change in the matrices that you've achieved?
Obviously, so for example, when I started the company, the first platform I started working with is Trackier, and I know it from the past experiences also that Trackier is something which is going to help me. And with the growth, if I see the growth of the company, it like started from scratch and now it's doing very good. And month on month we are doing good. So all those things, the control on my marketing, the clarity and the control over on the marketing strategies which I'm using, Trackier is helping me in that way. So that way, if I talk about the growth percentage, if you can see from 10% to 1000%, that is something consistently Trackier have helped me in that particular way. If you want to grow, you should know how to use the data properly. So Trackier helped me in managing my data, managing my sources, managing my campaigns, managing my clients. Everything has been taken care by Trackier alone. So I don't have to go anything else. I don't have to prepare a different sheets or something for any other particular things like Google Sheet or something, and then it goes here and there. And so it's for everything I'm dependent on Trackier, and this is the one-step solution which Trackier offers. This is the that really helps me in the growth of the organization.
Okay, that's really great to hear. I'll pass on the message to the team.
Yeah.
Now we are heading towards the end of our interview. One question that I would like to ask you is, if you were to give advice to someone who was looking to, maybe on board with Trackier, what would your advice be?
So if you really, these days, a lot of new companies are coming up, and a lot of companies who are using different platforms. I'm not saying that the platforms are bad, right? But I can vouch for Trackier because I'm using this platform from last 5-6 years. And from iWave, if you see, it was a new company, and everything matters. The costing matters, the type of, the backend support matters. And if you want to run want to establish yourself in mobile marketing, so you need to get your MMPs in place. You need to have accounts in different MMPs. So that way also Trackier helps, because they have been integration with all the platforms, all the MMPs platform, like as I've told you earlier also. So Trackier is the best choice as per me, and be it any region. Say, for example, if we go to GCC also, that region, if you go to Europe, if you go to Latin America, if you go to Southeast Asia, whatever region you goes to, Trackier is the best solution. And I think globally, Trackier is going to be number one very soon. And I'm hopeful it will be done very soon as well. So I think Trackier is the best platform with no, there's no, what you can say, though, no lags in the conversions. The conversion is real time, which I have experience working, with other platforms. So I think Trackier is something which I would recommend to everyone. You should use Trackier, especially for the newcomers who are coming up in this industry. So for them, it is the best platform because they have a very strong team. They help us in every way, 24/7 customer support. You will have a dedicated account manager who will help you. So there's so many plus points. If I'll keep on speaking about your plus points, it will be the end of the day. So I don't want to speak too much. So I think this is something which is thank you, Trackier, for all the support which they have given to us.
Thank you so much, Sumit. That was an amazing interview. It was very detailed. Thank you so much for your time. Bakul, you can take over from here.
Done. Thank you so much, Sumit, for the great insights about the company. And as we are working together, we all know that how I have seen the growth of iWaveDigital, and trust me, we are very glad that we are working together, and hopefully for the future as well, we will be working together. And yes, we will be able to achieve the records for both of us, for Trackier and for iWave.
Yeah, surely we'll work together, and let's grow together also. Yeah.
For
Thank
sure.
you so much for your time, and thank you so much, everyone in the team. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.